Hi, this is Sam, and it is October in Michigan, and I am here to give my October update on my train set and kind of take you a tour and show you some of the techniques that I use. Here's my old train set that I did when it was still back in the house, and I kind of got kicked out to the pole barn, and I decided to make it 8x16 instead of 4x8, and I've got it about 2/3 of the way done. Now since September, I've added a few things. One, I've added a couple of hills here. Now I use some foam on top of some plywood, and what that lets me do is I put nails in the bottom of my trees. Well, not nails, but pins, foam pins. And if you don't like a tree in a certain spot, you can just move it someplace else. One of the other things that I've added is I've added an apple orchard. You might be able to see some of the apples on there. Got about 36 trees, and when I swing around to the other end of the table, I'll show you that. One of the other things that I did that was pretty easy to do was I added like a construction yard. I found some of these Erdl figures at Meijer for like, I don't know, maybe $6 a piece. They were about 1/90th scale, so they're pretty close to the HO scale. And all I had to do was kind of take my knife and dig a hole into the foam and just cut away that level of foam there, and put down some brown paint with some of the brown ballast. And I've kind of finished my rail yard here. So I've got 4 rails in the rail yard, and then as you can see here where my 2 trains running by, I've got my main line, which is on the outside, and kind of I got an inner line, which is just kind of a circle. I got a switch here. I'm planning on adding a table over here way in the distant future. I don't know what I'm going to do with this stuff yet. I might put some military Quonset huts in or something. Here's my Navy yard that I did very early on. That's a thermal resin. I painted different shades of blue, and that thermal resin has like a yellowish color to it, so all those blues turn into sea greens. I am noticed that it's starting to crack. There's a crack right there. A little bit colder weather out. I guess it makes sense, but that's a shame. I got a heat gun. I could probably go back over that. Done some work on my helipad. I've added a fence. I'm gonna light up that searchlight there probably this weekend. I got a couple of car figures. Got a whole boatload of signs. Those are the Tai Chi signs. Painted all the backs of them like a silver, so it looks like aluminum signs. Oh, and we also got a chopper in the air here. I don't know if you can see that. That's a fishing line holding that up. Really proud of the farm that I did. I need to add a driveway for the farmhouse here. This the yellow lines here, the kids helped me with that. This yellow pen that I bought for the lines in the road seemed to work pretty good. And again, that road is drywall plaster. And what I did was I just took like a 1/8 inch rope, and I created forms, and I used pins to hold the rope in. And I just use a spatula to make the road and spread that all out. Now, a lot of people say that within trains there's a hobby within a hobby, and that's lighting. Here's a church that I bought. And the lighting that I've been using, my phone's going to over-exaggerate this a little bit, but I buy like this roll of ribbon of LEDs, and I find usually 3 LEDs is quite enough at 12 volts. On my switch panel here, I've got a master switch for all the other lights. Now the phone's probably going to exaggerate a few things. These lights come off as pretty bright on the video, but they seem to work really good. You can see the ambient light around there. It looks really good when I turn the lights off. Today I added some lights for the helipad. There's some red ones here which are very easy to see. The green ones over here in the back, they don't light up as much. It takes a little bit more energy to get green out the door. But let me go turn my lights off. I don't know how well this train set will look, but you can see the helipad lights there. There's the rail yard lights. My train station really lights up. I got a ton of ribbon LEDs in there. And those are the soft white. You can get a bright white for it as well. You can see my trains passing over by the road. There's lights on in the farmhouse. Another farmhouse in the back. And again, that church. But that's the September tour. Had a lot of fun doing this. Probably not going to have as much activity in when it gets colder out. The temperature is about 40 degrees out today. But hope you enjoyed.